It is the Skylords Reborn Autumn Cup 2025 with our first match, Armatores versus madvillainy on Terrors. Starting on the left side, Armatores Frost Start and right Nature Start. What the fuck? Looks like Matt is playing this map the first time. So yeah, if you are new to Battleforge, the Skylords Reborn version, or if you're just away for a certain of time, this is the newest addition to the PvP ranked map pool. It's a cool addition. It's a quite small map, so you can run quite some nice distances. And there are two teleports here and here. So you can jump over the map if you want. I haven't seen it too effectively at the moment, but maybe this will be the match where we see the teleport. So far, nothing special happened. Both took a power well, are now just dancing around, not committing to any big damage action. Armatores Frost Start, yeah, I was also a bit confused. For me, Armatores is a Twilight player, but he was playing Lost Souls as well. And here we have now a Stonekin start from madvillainy. In the meantime, Armatores taking a power well and power well as well in the middle. Here's the okay. It's just a bit faster than tier 2. Oh, it's both Stonekin. That might be a long match. Stonekin is very durable. There's frost spells to keep the buildings alive, the nature spells to keep the units alive. Aggressor is aggressor. I'm not sure. Yeah. Razor Shard. Very mad pushback unit. Split attacking here. Ooh, trying to snipe that unit with that frostbite. Should be possible. So many M counters here. One more. No, two more. Oh, nice snipe. But in the meantime, the tech is getting in here. Will there be poison archers? Yeah, root. Great choice to buy a bit of time. Oh, they did not get knocked back. I was expecting the range to be bigger. There's the first Kobold trick. I guess we will have a lot of Kobold tricks on this match here. Or killing that unit. Yeah, nice defense so far. Armatores now with a great lead in units, as you can see. These units are quite nice, but problem against range units. If you have the micro, you can... Ooh, Hurricane. You can dodge the attacks, and GG is called. First one, Armatores. Now, second round, map choice, madvillainy. Where do we go? Let me check the people in the lobby. Imares came online. That is great. Josh, all right. So we are still waiting on Trix, right? Yeah, Trix is still not showing up. Let me message him in Discord. Not sure if he will see it. Trix. So he is not there. Hydra. Don't think I have Hydra in Discord. Nope. Alright, second match. Ooh, and Carofex got the one there. Oh, but it didn't see the name of. Eh? For some reason, SK's name is not showing up. And we see a double frost start for both of them. Let me just restart that refreshing thingy. Mm-hmm. Okay, both are not going for aggression, instead going for power wells. Oh, I take it back. Armatores is looking for aggression. Meantime, SK is now in the second stage. Ooh, look at this, the promo Frost Mage. If you want your own promo Frost Mage, get ready for the Christmas season. Pay to win? Nope, just play to win. The light is offline. Alright, yeah, you can wait for a bit till your opponent on the other side. So the match from Michael is over as well. So far, I think the defense of madvillainy is not bad. Problem is the micro from Armatores is keeping him busy. Oh, no, no, he pressed too often the button. Light Blade, quite tanky. Not the perfect counter against the Frost Mage, but she can't run away, which is quite nice. Problem is the units are stacking up. No, we didn't get the kill. That hurts. Yeah, okay. GG is called. That is 2 wins for Armatores, and madvillainy goes to the lower bracket. And now we have a bit of a problem, since we are now waiting for a lot of people to show up. We don't have a tricks online. Correct? Yeah, no tricks. We don't have Hydra online. Yep. We don't have the light online. Nope. Nautic is online and Michael is online. Alright. Looks like, guys, I have to kick out some people now so the bracket can advance further. Give me a short second here to clean up the players who didn't show up. Alright. That would be, first of all, a Trix. Boy. And Hydra. Alright. Then we can still wait for the light for the other match, but yeah. Let me just show up how the bracket currently looks. Too many windows open. Where is my bracket? Refresh. So we are now in the second stage here, and we are now going for Imares versus Michael, since I want to see them the match before. So let's go for them. Let me invite them. Invite. And invite. You can kick those also in the lower bracket, and that will be refreshed automatically. So they're already out of the game, so nothing to do there. So they will play on Haladur. Let's go Haladur Spectator. Let me just check again, but yeah, they are gone there as well. Right, second match is getting ready. Nope. Oops. Wisp. Yes. Not sure what's going on, but Ajin, you should play against Armatores. Wisp. Why is he in my group? Okay, we're kicking out. Alright, he figured it out. Let's go, second round. We are now on Haladur, Imares. I'm so bad with that names. Imares? Imares versus Michael. We have a fire start. Thank you for the cheers. But we have the fire start in the south, and in the north it is a shadow start. A little quite bigger than Terra's. That gives me the opportunity to have a bite of my cookie. This time a smaller piece. Oh, okay. That is double power well now against fire. That might be greedy. Nice dodging. But now you got the bite. Interesting, an L counter. Against a lot of M units. Not sure if it might be a misclick. Yeah, these M units get roasted so fast. Yeah, that power well was probably too greedy. Maybe a good nasty can save something here. Yeah, no nasty. With just melee attacks, you're barely getting that one squad down. And more getting summoned. That looks brutal. But in the end, that is a choke point. So you might lose that power well, but getting through here with nasty surprise is tricky. So with a nice nasty there. Okay. Yeah, cleaning up 2 of the units. Another nasty, and then probably the rest of the squads are gone. He's playing. No! What was that? That was a misclick. No. That was 75 power down the drain. Taking the tier 2. That is a bold move. If he would have not misclicked it there with that eruption, there would already be a Sunder. At this point, with eruption, you are now having the energy for your tier 2 and maybe for a Cobalt Trick to save the power well. Big question is how to clean the rest of the units. That's an M-size squad. That's a bit tricky. You need that Cobalt Trick. Damn. Okay. Tier 2 with fire is coming up. Oh, assassins are the correct counter here. That is a good choice. Just summon them, switching them, and then everything would have been gone. So they could have saved that power well. Now, big question. They lost 2 power wells. That was quite the energy investment. Here is only 70 energy out. Here is 30 and 7. There's a switch, so they will be disabled in a second. Problem is the Fire Dancer is dancing. Okay, but looks like he is aware how strong a Nightcrawler is against the Dancer. That was quite a good defense. You should probably kill your Dark Elf Assassins. They are binding the full energy and only have 2 members left. So they are not that effective anymore. Alright, Lost Dancers. For some reason, Carofex, I always think about you when I see a dancer. Oh. You're dead. Yeah, problem with the flying unit here. Ooh, nice freeze. With that, you should be able to clean up these units. Ooh, wildfire. Just dodged with 1 unit. Yeah, I guess with nearly dead Nightcrawlers, you can always switch them since they're kind of gone already. Oh, will he get away? Looks like, yeah. But the power well rebuild so far is okay. You might need to repair it at some point. The dance is still up and running. Oh, preventive wildfire. Oh yeah, dance is in range. That is the end of the power well. Knockback, of course, from the fire dancer. Reaver! Alright, we have now an L-sized unit. Let's see what he's playing. It is the Gladiatrix. Nice L counter, but very squishy. Yeah, look at this. 1 more hit and gone. Going for the orb. Yeah, going for the orb. You need kind of life weaving here, else your unit will die too fast. Don't think you can burst down the orb with just 1 squad here. But you might get the... No, there's the reparation. Meantime, his Nightcrawler made it to the power well at the bottom. So maybe he has not seen it. Or maybe he's listening to the stream. Damn it. I spoiled the attack. Maybe I should be quiet when I see some sneaky attacks. Yeah, here's now. That is looking grim for the orb. And GG's caught. I think that delay would be better. What do you mean with delay? You mean stream delay? So the stream will be like a minute after the actual fight. Well, thinking about this as well. For other reasons. So yeah, GG's. And now it's map choice of Imares. Yeah, I wanted to check that out, but didn't have the time. Let me put it on my list, actually. If I note some stuff down, there's a higher chance I actually will take care of it. Alright. Oh, Armatores did another victory. Yeah, full map vision or not getting the information from a power wall is under attack. We go to Zimai. I think the problem with the stream delay is that I need to restart the stream. And normally I want to have the stream like normal running for the preparation and going over rules and answering questions. And if I have a delay of 1 minute and people are writing stuff in the chat, that is, yeah, kind of 1 minute behind. So I think that was a bit of the problem. Maybe there's a nice sweet spot. All right, we have our second match. So far, Michael is ahead in 1 win. And now we go to Sima. By the way, Carofex, you can now play a Jin in the lower bracket if you are listening in the stream. Alright, the Fire player is going for the top right power well, and Shadow player is going for the middle. That is... can be problematic with the Dancers. Dancers can shoot from top here down to the power well. Ooh. Not taking the power well. That was a good decision. I think we saw before with the Force of Fire, you can push down a greedy power well. Playing on your own turfs here near your power well is not a bad choice. You can summon undazed units. And he needs to summon dazed units, so... Okay, so far it's more defensive. Will one take a... Ooh, is that a tier 2? An early tier... Oh yeah. Early tier 2 for the Fire player. It is another double Fire deck. And a Shadow goes... Tier 2 as well. Again, Lost Souls. It is a Shadow. Sadly, you need one normal shot before the charge shot works, but you might get the snipe with... Ooh, there is the M counter. You still can... Nice. Maybe a bit of too much energy investment, but in the end it was a kill. Trix and Hydra are in the loser bracket, even though they are kicked. They are just shown there, but if their match is already forfeited, they will be updated as soon as they have their opponent. For example, Trix would have fought against loser of match number 4, which is Nautic versus OClock. So if OClock is... for example, losing, he will automatically win against Trix. And here we have the Dancer problem, like I said before. Dancer, super nice cliffing there. Yeah, very hard to defend. With Double Shadow, you don't have the repair option, but that is a very interesting strategy here with the wall. Not see that too often, but it's not a bad idea. You can quite nicely grind down that power well here. Problem is, of course, the Fire Dancer. She is here in range. Oh, he is playing Befallen's Curse. Sadly, only hitting 1 unit. That was not energy efficient, sadly. But great addition to a pure Shadow deck. And with that, a power well was kicked in the middle. It was not paying off in the end. And at this point, Michael is ahead in 1 power well. Carofex won against a Jin. Alright.
Spitfire, cast off.
Oh, streaking. Thank you for that follow, by the way. Welcome to Team Spitfire. And Nautic won against OClock. And with that, if you take a look at the bracket, you see that it's automatic updated. Carofex is now playing against OClock. Nether warping the units close to the orb, so the Shadow Mage can snipe them down. You still need another unit there. Yes, and Armatores is on his way against Nautic. Ooh, that will be close. No, that wildfire is enough. Yes, that wildfire is enough. Tier 2 falls? Fells? And a GG is called. With that, Michelle is winning that match and advancing to the next stage. And the light didn't show up until now. Armatores, by the way, wait, Armatores. Wisp, wait. I will just kick out the light, so SK will advance and fight against Michelle. Just do that real quick. The light. Remove, yes. Refresh. Alright, I guess we are now jumping over. Oh, or we could go to Carofex, but he is probably already fighting, right? Matchmaking, Wisp. You are... Let's see if he answers. Hello, Big Wet. So we will take a look at OClock. Since we didn't have him on stream, I want to see his match against Hydra, but he is a new player. Maybe Carofex is not the best opponent for a new player, but it's always cool to see new people in tournaments. Alright, on the left side, OClock, Shadow Start. On the right side, Carofex, Shadow Start. Both going for the middle. Oh, is that a nasty? That is nasty. Ooh. It is not a nasty. I was seeing a nasty there. Oh, bit too early. The units are not getting knocked back, not getting damaged. So... But switch Forsaken here. Carofex just running away. Getting up the next nasty unit. Quite the nice encounter here. Is OClock going for a power well or preparing for another battle? Oh, it's looking like preparing for another battle. Encounters with Carofex, yeah. That is the first PvP map you have to play if you want to continue Battleforge. Oh, he's playing the Skeleton Warriors. Quite the nice choice. You can switch them, yes, for less damage. And they are super tanky. Oh, big switch from Carofex. And he is trying to get the power well. There's the big nasty, not enough, sadly. Bit of damage goes to the power well, I think. But that is enough to kick out the first power well. Losing starting wells is always sad. And falling back with one dazed squad of Forsakens. But in the end, Carofex did what he wanted to do. He is now ahead in one power well, and it was just 60 minutes. Seconds. Minutes? No, 120 seconds. 60 energy. Now we are talking. Taking the power well, both of them, but as I said, a clock behind the power well. Taking a power well to equalize again is kind of tricky. And Forsaken's getting spammed. He took the power well in the top left corner. Splitting the units for a bit of damage here. Probably the next power well and here in the middle. Okay, he is focusing on his position in the middle at his main base. And he just not even switching them. Problem, you need a bit more. Ooh, double switch. I think with double switch, Don't can burst down that orb, power well. Forsaken's not the best counter. Good is always to trample these to buy time. Now with a resummon, I think that power well will fall. Maybe with a life weaving if needed. Ooh, that will be close. Nice save, but the top power well is looking grim as well. Can he pull that off another round? Probably not. Nope. Cannot, sadly. But counter push in the middle. GG is called from OClock. Alright. First round to Carofex. Horse too strong? Yeah. So, where we are going next? Let's see. Just check, I didn't answer to Armatores. Why don't I have him, my friend? In-game, alright. That's good. So, second round on Haladur. Way bigger map. You can easier take here power well without, yeah, losing everything. It's a more forgiving map, but still a small map depending on what you compare it to. Alright, we have a nature start from Carofex, where there's another shadow one here. That can be tricky, since he is playing the Skeleton Warriors, which are M counters, and nature has quite the problem if you bring your M counters. Let me just answer the one thing. And Nox Troopers already up and running. You need quite some good M units, of course, since there will be a hurricane coming in at some point if you spam your Forsakens. And probably will soon see a Dryad, since the damage reduction is super nice. Carofex did not take any power wells so far, so he is sitting on quite the big energy pool. That might be tricky. Cool Sue strategy. Yeah, he just needs a shaman and then he has all he needs for his nature toolkit. But the clock is doing quite the good focus here. First unit down. But now, and Carofex probably has the entry for a healing. But a healing on a single unit is not the most efficient. Not sure what Carofex is doing there. Summoning new units instead of the healing. Going for ranged units, probably just for rooting. Yeah, rooting. Should have built Fountain first. Who knows? But yeah, the green ball did the big push. GG is called. Yeah, that is the problem. If you have the nature player stacking up his units, you kind of done, Alright, we have now SK where we can join, which we haven't seen. We haven't seen Nautic, so we will see. Probably Armatores is still fighting, right? Armatores is still in game, and we can check Nautic. Nautic in game as well. Sorry, that's the same match. That was smart. SK. He is on Elyon. That means they are in the second match. So I will message Armatores if we can jump in. Wisp. No. We can also wisp here. Wisp. And we can ask madvillainy. Mad Victor. Mad Bill. Is right. Again, yeah. With Alright, that means we are now currently waiting for 3 matches. Let me bring up the bracket in the meantime. Let's press refresh. Currently we have matches from Armatores and Nautic, Michael and SK, and here we have madvillainy was Imares. Oh, madvillainy, you were watching Nautic? I'm confused because you have to fight against Imares. Good, we are up for our next match, which will be Nautic and Armatores, and Nautic is checking out the map pool so he can start the next set of matches. And we even see anything through the... What? Okay. It's a monocle. It's a monocle. And SK is taking the win there. He is our first one in the semi-final upper bracket. The second one will be the winner from Armatores and Nautic. Maybe it is also a Pringles can. Who knows? Let me just figure out who won the last match. How do I have to play Karen now? In what? Carofex was beaten down by SK into the lower bracket, and you were beaten down by SK into the lower bracket. So I guess it makes sense. So Armatores won the last match, so it is 1-0 for Armatores for this game. At some point I was thinking like making a cam running, but yeah, it was too much hassle to set up. And in the end, we are here to play Battleforge and not to look at an old dude sitting in front of his PC. Oh, sorry, I mean an old girl for your thing without a monocle. Yeah, maybe I'm immune with a voice changer. That is possible as well. Well, while they are getting ready, that is my chance to get a bite of my cookie. Right, let's go. Second match between Armatores and Nautic. Armatores with +1 for the moment in terms of matches. Fire with a shadow. On the small map, Semi both taking the no power wells in the start. Nautic with the aggression, summoning already a lot of units. And Armatores reacting with undazed units from this orb. Let's be careful with the nasty, nice dodge here with the scavenger. Now the unit has too much damage, falling back probably to get it healed up again. Yes. Switch Forsakens, getting eaten by the Dread Charger. Charger back up for healing. So far, only a power wall taken for Armatores, and Nautic spamming out some units. He does not want to take the power wall, he wants to have aggression. Fire Swarm for the knockback. Explosion not killing something, but now with the rest of the units streaming in. Ooh, motivated, switched Forsakens. Running in to kill the L unit, the L counter with a knockback. I think so far, Armatores' defense looks pretty solid. I mean, he is behind in 100 power well due to the power well here. He is holding up quite good. Saving? Yes, saving the units. Nautic is falling back as well. Now taking probably also the power well to not fall behind in energy too much. So yeah, first big battle done. What is the next move? Another power well here for Nautic. Hello and welcome to the stream. We are now seeing the tier 2 with a nature orb. So we are going for Twilight on the side of Armatores. Back to the roots, I guess. Get it? Nature orb, root. I find my way out. It's okay. And it looks like he's not going for the saving of his orb. Instead going for a push on the power wells. And then, yeah, using CC to buy time. And now the S counter Twilight Archer. They are S counter, but they are incredibly strong due to their effect. Seen cleaning up here quite nicely. And Powell falls here at the bottom left corner for Nautic, so Armatores is quite the leap at the moment. Played Battleforge before, not good at it. You can't be bad at Battleforge. As long as you have fun playing the game, you do everything correctly. And GG is called. With that, Armatores is advancing in the bracket, now going for SK in the semi-final. So we will stick in this group here and go for the match against SK. Who is also in the group already. And we are now on Elion. In the meantime, Nautic will have his fight against the winner from madvillainy was Imares. Quite the full group here. Waiting for your food. Yeah, I'm getting hungry as well, but I think we're progressing quite nicely through the brackets. Even the low bracket is quite good. Depending on madvillainy and Imares' game, if they are finishing soon-ish, Nautic can have a go, and then we're not too much behind with the low bracket. So, Armatores, Firestarter North, Firestart SK in the bottom. Power well taken, the early one. We'll go Armatores for the middle or for units. It is power well. Yes. Nice spot, since you can summon undazed units there. He is not behind in power wells, not behind in power. It's just a matter of, do I want to summon them now or later? So far it's just a bit of dancing around with units and finding the right position. Oh, or maybe taking a power well here. Yes, power well taken. Armatores connecting the power well. looking so far like a passive game or a base builder game. Keep in mind, Armatores is behind in 1 unit, so he has a bit more wiggle room with spells and deciding like, oh, I want to have this unit instead of this one. So far, he is behind in 1 squad of archers. I think they both will are just trying to figure out what is the max limit. Ooh, tier 2 is coming up with another nature orb. Is SK playing? Oh, he took a power well instead. Okay, I guess there will be no scorched earth. Against Twilight, behind in tech, but ahead in power. Will be tricky, yeah. These archers can melt down some S units quite fast. Look at that damage. Another volley. Nearly down, okay. And here is tier 2 coming up. And Amateurs decided against the power well and for the flying unit. Cleaned up everything here. Still summoned a squad of Sunstriders. Was expecting him to wait till tier 2 is up. You always want to avoid summoning tier 1 units when you are tier 2. Mountaineer, okay. So far, keep in mind, Amateurs behind in 1 power well. He needs to make some good trades there. Unsupported Mountaineer is of course a nice feast. Doesn't have L counters. Wow, look at that dodge with both units. And here we have the Wild Blood. He is not an L counter, but a strong unit. Ooh, that might be still close. Getting out of days, safety first. Switching the units here, that makes aura where other units regenerate HP for a short time. Not too much, but a bit. So that is helping to regen the Wild Blood here. Mountaineer is giving his best to knock back these units. Probably will see soon a Cobalt trick. Nice dodge again with the Skyfire. Erupting before the Cobalt trick comes up. Another eruption to kill down the bird. In the end, he lost the power well. He paid off nearly. So it's not too bad. Problem, you still have these units in your base. Here comes a tier 1 L counter. Yeah, that was a nice snipe there. And now switching targets to the bottom power well since there's so much stuff running around. He has to be careful with that L counter here. Wow, for less damage from ranged units, that shot... Oh, and here we see it! The treasure wagon! What? What? Armatores is playing the Twilight Curse? Twilight Curse? And he is playing Mold in PvP? Okay, the eruption didn't hit the bird, but that was... cleaning up with the eruption was a nice move. In the end, but the double, that was very unconventional cards. I wonder what he kicked out of his deck. He's probably not playing tier 3, since he's out of deck slot. But the idea with the Twilight Curse is pretty sick against these treasure wagon strategies. Very easy move to disable that annoying unit, plus since the unit is not dying, it does not trigger the thugs. So, yeah. Oh, nice cleanup. Howell is safe for the moment. And, oh. There's the repair, safety first. Oinking that single unit? Okay. Healing back up. Problem is that flyer here. Ooh. Playing Twilight Slayer as an L counter. But the Mountaineer is too strong. Look at this. Yeah, dazed units. Oh, nice timed. Nice timing. And the second round. I hear it somewhere. Frost Sorcerers. Here it is. Shielded Skyfire Drakes. Signature move of Fire Frost. Explosion of the Slayer is crazy. Yeah, it's pretty strong. And since he is playing Mold as well, he can trigger... Ooh, bad timing with Eruption. He can trigger Mold and use the Eruption to kill stuff. Yeah, too much damage. Ooh, he got away. And snipe. Bird down. At the moment looking grim. There's a half dead Stormsinger staying in the back right. There is now a big attack trying to do something with that Mountaineer, but yeah, the Slayer as an L counter, not getting frozen. Trying everything to keep that Mountaineer up. Ooh. Nice kick on that power well. He invested quite some energy here. But in the end, that was an important kick to not fall behind too much. At the moment, SK is now behind in units on the field, but he had the power wells quite some time. Yeah, so they paid off in the end. Now is the question, can he defend? Freeze to buy time. Yeah, switching the archers for something else. For a bit more damage. Still does not have the big burst damage to... Ooh. Lava field. Counter lava field. There was the repair before the eruption could hit. And with that, the ground presence from SK is gone. Fighting for his life for the next Cobalt trick. There it is. Ooh. Pretty early healing, actually. Think there will be another Cobalt trick. Yes. The lava field nearly killing everything there. And with that, the bird goes down in favor of SK, since there was the Ravage on the unit. Now it's a big question. If the Stormsinger is the only okay, the first one goes to Armatores. GG. Nice match. First one for Armatores. SK having now the map choice. We go to Urmia. All right, let's go. Let me check on Nautic. In the low bracket. Matchmaking Urmia. Alright. Sorry, not Nautic. I mean madvillainy. Madvillainy. In-game Haladur. Awesome. They are progressing as well. And if you're not aware, we are currently looking at this bracket here. Let me refresh. We are fighting here at the moment in the semi-final with Armatores +1 against SK with no victory so far. And the low bracket needs to go this whole way. So we have probably this one on stream, this one on stream, this one on stream, this one on stream. So 4 more matches for sure. Only 2-0 so far. You mean in the matches? Yeah, actually you're right. So, Urmia, very interesting map. Armatores starting on the north with Fire and SK Shadow start at the bottom.
We are forsaken.
Yeah, it's kind of giving away Battleforge points and boosters, which I received from people with too much Battleforge points and boosters, and give to people with too much Battleforge points and boosters. But that is the problem with PvP. It's most of the time people who play the game for quite some time, they actually would join the event without prizes, I think. It's more like, hey, we need someone to organize an event, and they would join either way. In the end, I will give everyone who joins and plays their matches some boosters. So if you join in my events, you will never get away empty-handed in terms of PvP. Ooh, look at that nice body block from SK. Great move. Have you seen that? That was crazy good. Maybe an accident, but I think it was planned. Snacking away the units, and by the way, we saw here the building of the face tower. I should actually talk about the game here. Face tower is pretty old school strategy, to be honest. Tier 2 in the meantime coming up for Armatores against the Twilight deck, I guess. Face tower, very, very good card. He has great stats and excellent range. And since of the teleportation ability, you can just fall back if needed. There's a Hurricane for some switch Forsakens, so that is a nice defense. And now the tower got ported in. That is now a bit of a problem since he will take more damage, 100% more damage, disabled by these archers. Yeah, that is already defended, I guess. I'm not sure if he can push down that power well here with... No, he cannot. He is falling back.
We are forsaken.
Now it's the question, can you defend with tier... Okay, with tier 2, I guess, but will he lose a power before tier 2 comes up with a Cobalt trick?
Forsaken obey.
Ooh, might be close. I think the power will fall. Yeah, power down. Second one got saved by the Cobalt trick. At least for the moment. Can he do it again? That might be a problem. Well, only some bugs left. But they don't have the burst damage. It's not switching. Okay. I was expecting him to switch just to kite out a spell. hole in the middle has not been repaired yet. So... And here we have some Lost Dancers. Might be an S counter, but still strong against the Skyfire Drake. Cannot be underestimated. Alright. How well repaired in the middle. SK is saving the energy for the repair, instead going for Cobalt Trick. Often the more energy efficient way to do it. Ooh, saving the crawlers here. Big lava field. Sniping away 3 units. That was very energy efficient. Switched into an Oink. Switched Nightcrawler. Cobalt Trick to buy time. And heal here would be strong. That is looking pretty nifty. Will it be in time? Cobalt Trick half deading a unit, killing a unit. Well, it is defended for the moment. Oh, he's going for the bugs and not for the dragon. Interesting. Next Cobalt Trick. Ooh, the use of the mold effect. Look, that knockback. That was energy efficient. And with that, Armatores is advancing into the finals. Yeah, alright. And we can hop over to Nautic for his match on Elion. We can message madvillainy if they have another match where we can spectate as well. Mad Void, maybe Mad Void. Oops. Wisp. Alright, for the moment we have to wait a bit for updates. If you're not sure what's going on, we're playing the Skylords Reborn Autumn Cup with the current bracket looking like this. So it's now a matter of time if we join madvillainy or Imares, and we join Nautic in the match of the winner of these two. I messaged madvillainy and he is not answering, which is absolutely fine since he is fighting an important match. So we will wait here for a second if we get any feedback on that, or we are switching to the next match against Nautic. I hope you're all hyped. I hope you all have something to drink and to eat. I guess we can also have a short break there and fill up the water, and I get another cookie. Lasagna. Lasagna sounds also very nice. You can't let it, right? You're always trying to get some links in. Maybe it was like you have a dot in your sentence and it was realizing it could be a link. Alright, he is not responding for the moment. I guess we go into a short intermission before we go back for some more Battleforge PvP action. So be right back. Okay. So we are still waiting here for the next match. Let me bring the bracket up. We are talking about madvillainy against Imares, or maybe Nautic for the next round. I guess there was Heart of the Cards here. Heart of the Cards, that means we are opening a booster now. Come on. Maybe it's promo time. Promo time. It is promo Shrine of Power Shrine. Alright, they are still playing, so we need to wait a bit longer. Let's check the Power Shrine. Ooh, quite expensive. That's cool. Finally, some good boosters. So yeah, we are waiting for the match to end. We can have a look at the bracket, but also we can have a look at the events going on. If you're not aware, we are currently still have some spooky events going on. So the the Spooky Encounters is one of a limited time events where you can get the promo John. If you don't have your promo John,
I do not traffic with traitors.
get it! Britzel, britzel, britzel. It's Halloween with an A. What? Did I have a typo? Oh yeah, I have a typo. Let me actually fix that real quick. That happens if you do stuff too fast. Events. Halloween. Halloween with an A. Awesome. Was Wordspiel? No, I just have dyslexia, that's all. Alright. Oh, the light messaged me, so... Yeah, he didn't have the time. Wordspiel is promo... What is that? Promo John? Yeah, that is a nice promo John, right? It looks spooky.
From this day, the Skylords are our allies. We
Yeah.
share a common enemy.
Frankenstein's monster. Well, yeah, and the other one is already gone, so... the other event where you could get a pumpkin icon. Let me see. Portraits, not here. Somewhere is a pumpkin icon. There it is. So yeah, that was the other event, which you sadly missed if you haven't found it, if you haven't got it yet. So you have to wait another year to get this. Oh, I didn't hear something.
Halt still!
Oh,
Halt still!
I think that is the tremor.
Halt still!
Vinny agrees. All right. And yes, it was the tremor indeed. Let me just check something out here. Oh my god, what was this?
Stall!
That is hard.
Stall!
I say that is banditos. I say banditos.
Stall!
And phalanx? What? What? Just answer here. Oh, okay, okay. Today we learned something. The ability? Phalanx. Alright. I think the voice lines are a bit low audio. Let's turn that up a notch. Phalanx Lightblade Harvester dead? Kind of. Let's see if I can do it in one shot. Harvester.
Greetings, victors.
Wow.
Gear up! On my merry way. Stay together!
No. No.
Now,
Okay. Nearly. Nearly. Just check. I think I got a message there. Okay. Can check that later. Same settings with life reaving. Okay. Try that. And then we can check in the games again. Light blade. And
fountain of steel.
phalanx.
Phalanx form up.
Oh no. I misclicked.
Bring the light.
Life weaving. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. With life weaving, it looks different.
Steel.
No, he dodged.
Cover formation.
Yeah. But still very strong, to be honest. It's... The other question is, of course, if you do life weaving into Paladins.
We are the wall that does not.
No! Let me activate it!
They won't know what hit them.
Okay.
The best way out is always through.
How much damage? Ooh, okay. And with that, madvillainy joins in the fight for the next segment. Let me bring that up. Yeah, madvillainy with Nautic. Okay, enough playing around with the harvester. Let's get a match going. We need to have Nautic invite is part of another group, and we need madvillainy. We are starting on Elion. Try again with Nautic. All right. Let's wait. Well, both are ready. And then it's action time. Let me have a bite of my cookie. Alright. Okay, madvillainy wants to have a 5-minute break. Alright. Sure. 5 minutes is fine. The first 2-1. Yeah. That took quite some time to finish that map, and that makes sense if you have to fight an extra round. The other one always finished with 2-0, so I can understand when he said he had a hard fight there. That means we still have a bit of time, so he can have that 5-minute break. And then we go back into playing Battleforge Action PvP. Well, we were checking out the events before. We talked about the the Halloween event. But as you can see here, we also have the team, the thrilling epic action mission starting soon, 14th. And of course, the 16th, that is the Sunday next week, will be the card creation contest stream with Wind Hunter and Radical X here live on stream on this channel, so don't miss that. That will be pretty awesome. There were so many cool cards in this event. I saw the ones in the forum. There are probably even more posted anonymous or like private to Capo. So there will be some nice cards hopefully we can share on stream. And maybe, who knows, maybe there are some cards who will make it into the game at some point. I mean, if you check out the cards, we have the Hellhound, we have the Army Energy Core, and we have Gate of Achelos. All 3 cards were part of the card creation contest number 1. So there's quite the high chance that one of the cards will make it into the game at some point. Maybe not directly like in the contest. There will be probably some changes in terms of stats or ability or visually, but the concept of a death ball of death who just explodes, that was probably part of the event. Same for the magma armor. How's it called? Yeah, magma armor. That was also part. And here with the 2 abilities, I think one or both abilities were part of the contest. So yeah, great chance to get new cards done and your chance to shine as a card creator. I hope you all joined in the event and sent us something in. Yeah, and with that, I guess we are having now the next fight coming up. I haven't checked the clock, but it feels like 5 minutes have been gone for the break there. Okay, probably not. I'm just impatient. I want to see some fights. Alright, both are ready. Let's play in the low bracket. Nautic with madvillainy on Elion. Match number 19. In the north, Nautic Shadow Start. Nature Start, madvillainy, and with a slow unit. Ooh. Okay. He's taking the first power well, I guess. Or not. Nautic. Scared from that strategy. Getting the M-sized units against the Hurricane. Ooh, early Shaman. That means he will be out of days. But that's already 3 Nox Troopers. They can snipe him quite easily. 2 charged shots and he's gone. And nice splitting here. You can only root one side. There is the Dryad and now all are going ham. Guess he will get the kill on... Ooh, where's the heal? There's the heal. That was a value heal. Holy moly. Dryad goes down. Will the Shaman survive? Ooh. Nope. I guess it was an equal trade. Equal fight. Oh, the archers have more range. But have they enough damage to kill it before it runs out? Oh no, he could have saved the unit. And there's the power well for both players. I would say it was quite equal. Not sure if madvillainy did a bit better trades, but only slightly. Oh, let's have life PP again up. Tier 2 versus double power well for the Shadow player. We see a Stonekin deck. Very durable with the healing for the units and the healing / repair for your power wells. And more Noxies up. And that is tier 2. M counter was M counter. Oh yeah, that was the right choice here. They are super strong and as sized, so he cannot counter them. Using Frostbite to snipe away another Nox Trooper. Problem, he is still running away, but I think he will get him, yes. He might want to kill his spearmans here with only 2 units left. Not units, 2 members. And there is tier 2 up with Lost Souls. Nightcrawlers. Frost biting. Ooh, great nasty. That was a lot of damage. Nasty is Night Elf. Dark Elf Assassins. Night Elf. Dark Knight. Great counter. S counters against these M counters. And with that, power well taken for madvillainy. Yeah, the Dark Knight Assassins. When I think about knight, I think about a sword and not a bow, but sure, why not? So yeah, both now with the power wells. I think it's hard to tell who got the better trade so far. base attack, but just kiting out some units. Binding units at the base.
Defenders!
Defenders. That's great L counters. Especially if you switch them. Nothing happening here at the moment. Nautic just running away. And madvillainy. Ooh, the flying disco ball. Oh, what is this? It is a tier 3. Tier 3 and +1 well? Yeah, it looks like Big Wet. Big freeze. Just to buy time for the tier 3. And when tier 3 is up, madvillainy has quite the problem. The tier 3 units are so stat efficient. It doesn't matter. Oh. Not sure if Timeless is the right choice, since you have already frozen them. You cannot freeze again. At least not yet, but in a second. Now you can freeze again. I was expecting something like Tremor or... Ooh, nice dodge by madvillainy here. Yes, or Sylvan Lancer. I guess that is the most played tier 3 card in PvP. Root to save his unit. And with that disco ball here, he has quite the good position. I'm wondering when an attack is coming from the backside here. Ooh, will he get out of there in time? Nope. Well, unit, he's getting out of there. 100 energy to save his tier 3 position for the moment. But with a +1 power well, +1 power well. Ooh, someone got a promo fire dancer. He is just playing the long game if needed. Next tech is getting at this power well. Next timeless one for the big freeze. But it is just a matter of time or of multitasking. We need a bit of defense in the middle at some point. Ash Bones. Okay. That is a bit tricky against these defenders here. They're great L counters. Oh. Nesting the disco ball. Okay. That was an important kill. The defenders can be frozen again. Another Ashbone. Okay, focusing the freezing unit, and sadly he gets through. That would be important to kill it. Ooh, yeah, poison. Poison is good. Poison on the big unit and poison on the small units. So in the meantime, the split attack now in the middle. Ooh, disco ball, undaze. Ooh, yeah. That was a bit greedy cast of that expensive unit. Now Ashbourne in the middle as well. That looks tough. He has Cobalt Trick, of course, but as soon as he gets out of daze... Okay, oinking to buy time. He has Cobalt Trick as well. Just a big freeze to buy time over there. Keep in mind, every second ticking means more power wells from that... more power from that +1 power well. Bit of poison. Ooh, he was budgeting energy there for some knockback. There's a freeze. Also, Cobalt Trick will buy enough time again. And GG is called by madvillainy. Alright. With that, Nautic has the +1 in terms of games. Where shall we go next? Map choice by Matt. Lajesh. Lajesh it shall be. Let's go. Will we see a map, a deck change, since the map is quite small, so different strategies are valid here, with a nice start of Werebeast by Nautic versus the frost start of madvillainy. Werebeasts are super problematic. They heal up even their lost squad members. So yeah, if you're not getting all of them, they will regenerate to 100% of their attack power and health. And you can probably go for Frostbite to snipe them. But they are S counter as well, so Nowadays, I think it was in the past as well. Oh, look at this. Nice cleaning up the units with the Frostbite and taking the power, the orb for both. With Amazon? You mean with the healing from the Amazon? Yeah, Amazon is kind of the way to go on a lot of maps now, since the mind control ability was buffed quite a bit, since you can now take over every unit and not only some of the beasts. And yeah, tier 2 and 2 power wells for both players, both building frost. That means we have a stonekin and double frost here now for madvillainy. Maybe we see some birds. Yeah, it's just offering your tier 1 units, since they are not as stat efficient than tier 2. Sadly not getting the kill on the Stormsinger, that would be nice. Yeah, close call, but not enough. With that, your own Stormsinger, where to go next? More power wells. More power wells. And a Mountaineer. Yeah, like I said, there's the bird. He is an M counter. So not the best choice against the Mountaineer, but for sure against the Stormsinger. And she gets the ability out. That's sad. But the Mountaineer, will he have enough damage? Ooh, last second ice shield. Might be close. Might be close. Nice save. Now flee, bird, flee. And the scream. Woo, one more. Nice defense. Nearly half dead units. Oh yeah, the poison is now a problem. Poison will knock out the bird. Oh, GG is called by madvillainy. Alright. With that, Nautic will advance into the next segment and playing against Carofex. Carofex not online at the moment, so if you are listening into the stream, please come online. And I will open the match on Lajesh. Yeah, there was quite some nice micro from with a bird that he had survived. Nautic was playing the green archers, the green poison archers, spirit hunters. I saw a lot of people now switching to the shadow affinity since it bypasses the shield and can kind of slaughter some of the frost play. So, yeah. And now it is time for our next match here on Lajesh. It is the semi-final of the lower bracket. Let me just update the launch. Nautic 2-0, go. Let's start.
Dread charges.
Alright, Shadow Start, Carofex in the south. And in the north, Shadow Start, Nautic. Both not taking the power, now taking the power well. So, looks like Carofex is going for the attack on the single power well, and Nautic is in the defensive position. Classic Shadow Mirror. We will probably see a lot of Forsakens and a lot of dancing horses for a nice nasty. More Forsakens. Looks like Carofex is well aware of the problem. If you fight your enemy in his base and he has undazed units, you will lose for sure. Kiting out the units here a bit. Has a bit scary dude here with that nasty. But instead taking a power well here while Nautic did a lot of units. So yeah, the 2 units Nautic summoned before. Oh, alright. Now it's defending time, but look at this blob of units. A nice timed nasty. Probably like 2 timed nasties. Yes. He has one on both sides there. Ooh. Yeah, he will fall back and heal up, I guess. But in the end, Carofex has the +1 power well. If he is taking his time to heal here, that is his problem. That will be still a good chunk of progress for Carofex. Nice trampling here. Let's keep an eye on the power well. 40 energy already, 1. And here we have 10. Okay, so 30 energy plus for Carofex. That is not too much in the end. It's like if you lose squads and lose energy to the void, you can come back from that. And with that, Nautic now with a +1. Carofex has to push now. Ooh, is that the nasty? Nope, no nasty. It's just ordinary battles. Okay, I guess that is Nautic's motivate. But will it be enough? Not really, right? It is switched Forsaken, so they burst quite the damage here. But still, 4 units left, but a lot of half-dead ones. Now's the question how to defend. Guess you can nasty if you time it good, but I'm not sure how much energy you still have. Yeah, there's the nasty on his way. It was nearly 5 units down. Is that the dazed one? No. Is that the second nasty? Yes. Now sniping away that Dread Charger, nice, and now it's just the cleanup of some of these units. Big trample, yeah, trample, by time, more Forsakens. These will die in around 5 seconds. And these going switch now. Trying to snipe away these dazed ones, that was important. Maybe can get another set. Ooh, the power will fall, right? Yeah, the power will fall. But very, very good fight there. 50 energy got out of there. Bit behind by one squad.
Hail Riders.
Resummoning units for the counterattack.
Dread Chargers ready.
Nasty, nasty. But not the best one. Ooh. Again, going for the motivate. And now falling back due to the switched Forsakens. Staying back with one squad there. And they are dead. Oh. Wiping the floor, kind of. Taking the power well in that situation. Ooh. Big switch. But they are kind of done for it. Nasty. Just to hit 2 units there. Not the best trade, I guess. There goes the Dread Charger. A lot of switch Forsakens here at the top.
Dread Chargers.
Carofex falling back. Means the power is safe for the moment. Time is ticking. Carofex taking tier 2. It is Lost Souls time. Nautic falling back for tier 2 over here, I guess. Yes, and it is. It is Lost Souls as well. I think Nautic is ahead a bit. Well, if he can keep that power well up, he most certainly is. He get his Frost Orb in a second, so Couple Trick will help a lot. That was the normal repair, no Cobalt Trick. Alright, we have here the S Killer, the M Killer, and the Power Killer coming from Carofex. Nice body block, by the way, by Nautic. Yeah, problem with that Power, if you have ranged units, you can easily cliff there. Big freeze. Now it is more or less Cobalt Trick time till the end. There's the freeze hitting nearly everything. Where's the Cobalt Trick? Where's the Cobalt Trick? There it is. And he is going for the Glaciation. Glaciation has the problem that you can't repair. So he needs to delete now all these units, else he has a problem. Not the best trades here at the bottom. Glacier Shells, sorry. Glaciation is the spell for the walls. And there falls the power well with 75 power out of it. So, again, a bit of a minus, but not too much. Nothing where you cannot get back. Ooh, but now it is... Ooh, that was so close. If you killed 2 of the units, it would be great, but now... I think the Mountaineer can snipe away some of these units. Nice freeze. And that Nightcrawler didn't do anything. Going back with his units to heal up again. Just dancing around with Oh, look at this. It is moon time. Very, very strong L counter with her ability. You only can have one of the map, of course, but still great choice. I'm not sure what card I would play in a Lost Souls scenario. Now we have Mountaineer with Life Weaving. Ooh, Moon Porting Away. Interesting. So not going for the burst on the Mountaineer. That getting slaughtered here in the base. That looking tough for that orb. Yeah, that shield replenish. Yeah, that is. There's another Cobalt trick. So many dancers from different factions. Problem is the Mountaineer is doing less damage if he is fighting too long. So you might want to fall back at some point. Now with the Glacier Shell not making progress at all. And ooh, there he goes. Yeah, that is a lot of dancers here. That is 6 dancers. Nasty, and we are down to 5 dancers. And the power well is still up and running. So far, we have 70 energy out of that. Another Mountaineer. Huh. It's quite the expensive unit, so I'm a bit confused why the Mountaineer. And of course, here we have the Reaver. Quite the nice building kill. Not the best against the L unit, but if you have enough damage, you will probably get through. But now falling back, saving that expensive Reaver. Okay, maybe this is now the moment where things get turned around. There's the freeze, not getting Moon. That might be a problem. Frostbite and boom, Moon is down. That Reaver is also nearly dead. You might want to focus on him with the Dancer and the Mountaineer. Mountaineer close to the orb, so he gets repaired as well before he got frozen. That is nice positioning. Was that a nasty on the Mountaineer? Does he have so much HP? Not really. Well, orb and of course from the terms of Carofex, the power well defended as well. Some crazy battle going on here. Let me check the charges real quick. Okay. They could still have quite some charges on the unit, but they are running out at some point, especially the Nightcrawlers on Nautic side, if you check that numbers. Yeah, I don't think they are playing the Phalanx, but I agree. Phalanx Nasties are very, very strong. Meantime, focusing on the power well. Counter freeze. Not getting the Dancer here. Too long spawn animation. But the freeze is a bit of a problem for the Mountaineer, since he is now, or at least for Carofex, the Mountaineer is now back to full strength, dealing more damage with his shots. Needs a Cobalt trick, there it is. Even life weaving on that dude. Going close, so the damage reflection also hits the Dancers. Shield is up and running again. And Moon porting away. Yeah, she's an L counter, but look at this. With like 4 hits, you can also kill the Dancers. Oh, that might be the end of the Mountaineer. Ooh, Mountaineer is still alive. Wow, that was close. Is the yellow bar new? It's an indicator. He got some changes, well, some balance changes. If the yellow bar is fully filled, he is dealing more damage, and if it's empty, it's less damage. So it is smart to not do full battle at a power well or so, or the idea is to fall back at some points to regenerate and have more damage. I can't show you the text if the next mountain is up, and you can check the details on it. I'm not sure how much percent it is. Saving some of the dancers here. Okay, dance down. So this is now, I guess, the counter push of Carofex. He has now 2 L units up. One here at the top. Nasty not killing anything. No Reverence. Moon is running for her life. Alright, that's the moment where you check the charges. 50 Nightcrawlers versus 50 Nightcrawlers. Nightcrawlers have 16 charges, so both have one last Nightcrawler left, and then it's out. And we need to wait for the recharge. Storm Singers for Nautic are quite nice. They're also good M counters, so counter freeze and hitting that Storm Singers. Yeah, that is quite the unit mix now Carofex has to face. Oh, look at this. It is a tier 3 with fire. Split attacking top right. Let's keep an eye on that power orb here. We will probably see now some tier 3 units. Big aura. Maybe with a tier 3 spell. Will be in time. Backlash. Wow. Yeah. Everything deleted. Backlash deals more damage with that Mountaineer. Just spamming units to kill his enemy inside the aura. Yeah. Nautic in the meantime also getting his tier... no, sorry. I missaw that. I was thinking I saw tier 3. Yeah, against tier 3 it's tricky now. He has tier 3 with a Frost Orb. It's very interesting Carofex is playing Mana Beast. I'm not expecting that. It is an XL counter. Maybe that is his idea. The stats are okay-ish. So quite high DPS. And power is not too high. It is range, which is also very nice as an XL counter. I don't think it's about the ability. Ooh, that frost spell, that frost tier 3 spell, that was a counter. Okay, maybe it is about the ability with the Lost Grigori. Ooh, there's a couple trick. Timeless saving the top right base. Stillwind Lancers, of course, with the L counter, the perfect counter against these Lost Souls bugs. Grigori now back. There was a big backlash. Glaciation. Oh no. Too late. Nasty. And the camp is gone. GG is called. First one goes to Carofex. Crazy battle. Crazy battle. So, map choice of Nautic. Let me have a piece of my chocolate. And it is Haladur time. Look at that plate charges. from the last match. 17 Nightcrawlers, 17 Dancers from Nautic, and Carofex with 14 Dancers and 16 Crawlers. Holy crap. That was some extended tier 2 action. And I think it was the right choice for both to go tier 3 at some point. I think both did not have the charges left to push down the enemy. No one had a very strong orb or well killer in his deck. And going for masses did not work at all since, yeah, we're out of charges. I guess maybe some split attacking would have worked.
Spitfire cast off.
Welcome, Kazanundra. Welcome to Team Spitfire. That is the team where you can use the awesome Spitfire emoji whenever you feel it. Alright, both are ready. Let me press the launch button and drink something. Oh my gosh. I say that is a bandit unit. Gunner. I say that is commandos. The Irish Knight. Oh my god. We were so wrong. Alright, we have a PvP battle going on with Nautic in the north and Carofex in the south with both a shadow start. No nasty. Going back with his Dread Charger here. That's close battle.
We are forsaken.
Okay, so Carofex is at the bit worse position here. He is cut off from the map, but that choke spot is quite problematic with nasty surprises, so cannot easily push through here.
We are forsaken.
That is the nasty. And sniping away the... Oh, nothing died. Oof. Yeah, falling back and healing up is could be worth it. But his power well is super far away, and taking a power well could be punished. We'll see.
We are forsaken. Let them have it.
Well, the current score, currently Carofex has won one match, so Nautic needs to win this. Big mega switch of Carofex, also motivating, and yeah, kick off the power well. So it didn't pay off at all. Maybe that was the window he needed to get back into the groove, but yeah, Nautic now with a lot of units still on the field. Double Dread Charge. Oh, instant retake. That is interesting. I think Carofex cannot kick that easily, since he already summoned 2 Dread Chargers, and Dread Chargers are not killing power wells. Forsakens do. He can defend his one. Okay, it's tier 2 time. But behind that power well, he needs to have some cool stuff there, I guess. Oh no, he hit his own unit. Dancers will save his butt, I think. Dancers against S units is super strong. And he can just freeze or use Glacier Shell here. As soon as he's switching his Forsaken. Yeah, that's the first Dancer. There's a freeze. Only hitting 2 units. That was not a good freeze. But in the end, look at the Dancer. Okay, the M counter. Melee aim counter. Frozen unit taking less damage. Another S counter. Guess that is now the better choice since there is no S counter up. Oh, but they are going down fast. And Nautic is playing very well here, not switching his Forsakens and losing here his position. Also nice splitting of his units. Big freeze, that hits a lot. Oh, nice dodge there. Alright. I think Nautic can get back on him on that power well. Only the frozen unit getting the damage there. Just trampling to buy time. Ooh, low HP, but he will get out of days. Same now at the north. Double switch of the Forsakens. That was the Kobold trick. Now he needs to push. Yeah, there it goes down. Nice timing with that push there. And GG is called from Carofex. Not sure if he wants to continue, but yeah, that is... Yeah, it's lost. 1-1. Next is the deciding match. That was way quicker than before. And bit surprising. That was great match. Same map. Alright. Haladur it shall be. By the way, Amateurs, I think the Irish Knight says something barbaric when you summon units close to him. I think fire units or shadow units, something like this. It's depending on what units are close to the Irish Knights. Alright, deciding match of the lower bracket semi-final. We have Nautic in the north with Shadow, Carofex in the south with Shadow. So far the same start as before. Both taking the first power well. So far the same as before. Well, Cropper, if you think it's just moral and not other, then okay. It looks like Nautic is going for the push, while Carofex has now the opportunity to attack from 2 sides at once. Look at this, what an opportunity for a Nasty. Nice cleanup. There's the body block. Sniping away even some of the archers. And now Nautic has a bit of the problem. Sometimes the squad mechanics just work. 1 hit, 5 kills. And then you have 5 hits, 5 kills. Alright, stacking up some Forsakens. Keep in mind, the current power pool is way lower than before. Losing all your squads here by a nest surprise would be devastating. And tier 2. Alright, will Carofex push in with his Forsakens and try to snipe away that power well? Big switch. There goes the Red Charger. Trampling. Will it be enough buying time for a repair? Could be enough. Repair? No! That hurts. In the meantime, Powell was taken by Carofex over here. So he is +2 at this point. Nautic needs to do some magic here with his tier 1 and tier plus. With his tech bonus. With his tech up. You know what I mean. With his tier 2. But with his switch Nightcrawler dying in a second, that Red Charger dying in a second, that is looking tough now. Both not summoning more units, both not taking power wells, not taking orbs. And we see the Mountaineer again. We talked about the ability of him, so let me check what it says. Eyes up, everything. Ice shield.
Assassins ready to die.
20 enemy 25 seconds, up to 400 as long as their strong ammunition lasts. Unit deals 200% more damage. So yeah, double damage if you have enough of the yellow bar. So it is smart to fall back sometimes. So yeah, the mountain is indeed now quite a problem, since Carofex is... He built his tier 2 in the meantime, but he does not have the energy to do a lot of stuff. Not sure. Ooh, will you save him? Nope. Then now killing the dancer. And there is Moon. Ability use. Yeah, ability use. Running for his life. Ooh, yeah. He will survive. The frostbite. Ooh, shields. No shields. 200% more damage means triple damage, correct. It's more damage, if I'm not mistaken. Plus, keep in mind, he has 50% more damage against buildings. So, yeah, he's even stronger as a base killer. And we are back in Nautic's base now with tier 2 from Carofex. Oh, that's quite some burst damage here. There's the Cobble Trick. The Dancer will get out days, I guess. Ooh, there is the counter Frostbite. Oopsie. Both play that Frostbite quite a lot. Nice, hitting all units. And now it is Cobble Trick time till he can summon something else to defend. What is damaging that dancer here? Was it the splash damage of these dancers? Crazy. Big boom! Howell goes down. As well as all units, it looks like. GG is called. Carofex is taking that win, advancing to the lower bracket final against SK on the map Uru. So we are seeing the big map now the first time. Let me open that up. Uru it shall be. Not this Uru. But before we start, we will do a short break. I will get something to drink. I'm talking too much and my throat is getting a bit thirsty. And we will see each other in a second. See you soon. All right. Let's continue our PvP event. We have Lyron joining. We need him to take a seat. And then we can press go. We wait for 3, 2, 1. And then we kick him to start the match. Lower bracket finals. SK with its Carofex on Uru, the big map. Left side, Carofex Shadow. Right side, SK Fire. Carofex going for the power belts with the orb. SK is going for the middle. All right. Bottom, middle side, only one power well and orb. Already summoning units, not waiting for his orb power well.
Forsaken obey.
Let's stay hydrated here.
Sunstriders.
Of course, you have to be careful with that nasty surprise approaching. Getting that bite. That was important. Still nasty. And not saving his scavenger, but his archers. So it was a good trade in the end. Carofex invested a spell and a unit. And SK only lost a unit. So was not bad. Carofex is setting up for a 2-flank attack. Oh no, dazed units. That's always hurtful. And already summoning the knockback. Very, very good against the switched Forsakens. Top side is now done. Now it's only the units on the right side. Ooh, maybe you can snipe away one squad there. Nope. Healing back up with his units on his power well. Carofex now switching targets to the orb position. And that is always a tricky thing, since the orb is dealing damage. It is not too much damage in terms of PvE, no one cares. But in terms of PvP, that is like another archer standing around. But it might be enough. Yeah, it is enough to kill that power well. Now Carofex behind the power well, kind of problematic. You have to rebuild it. You also have quite some energy bound into units, which are on this big map super out of position. You can try to run over and kick his base, but that will take forever and maybe even longer. Rebuilding power well, smart move, but Carofex already +1. So you need to get another position where you can take a power well or use your energy to tech up. Or of course push. Fire quite strong in pushing, but ooh. Sniping away maybe these dazed units. Wow. Yeah. That was a nice clean kill. Carofex didn't invest anything and killed a squad of Sunstriders. And here we have tier 2. In the meantime, SK Clove coming in. Let's hope he is playing Scourged Earth. Oh, it's not looking like it. No Scourged Earth. And here come the dancers. Look at all these small units. Yeah. As looking Brim. He is saving energy, yeah, for his tier 2. He did quite some damage on these power wells, to be honest. Maybe if he had focused on one, he could have double erupted that. But yeah, tacking up is not a bad idea. It is the Fire Frost deck. So shielded drakes may income. But still behind one power well, 2 power wells at this point. Plus the rebuild of one. Yeah, here now taking a power well. Still 1 behind. And attack is starting at the top. What? The dancer can attack from the cliff? I was not aware of that range. That is nasty. Yeah, we need to see some shielded drakes here to defend. Else that power well will be juice in a second. There's the freeze. Only dodging with 1. There's Combo trick number 1. We might want to see more of them, else that power well will fall. And number 2. Falling back for the heal, for the undazed unit. There's the switch of the Nightcrawler, but already... Wow. They have so good stats. There's the freeze now. Instead of the Cobble trick. I guess he can't kill one of them. Hitting Swift unit, yeah, the splash damage. Look at this, they are attacking that orb and the power well, and the orb is nearly half down from their HP. Just by the splash damage. And sadly survives. So, problem is the Lost Reaper. L-sized unit. Big nasty Cobalt Trick. No Cobalt Trick. Yeah, that was a bit of a problem, that position against the Dancers. I think if SK would play the same match again, he probably would have gone for this position to take his tier 2 and his orb. His power well. Okay, that unit will die. Meantime, Mountaineer on the move. And now Carofex with +4 wells against the +2 wells from SK. So that might spiral out of control in around 3 minutes. How much did he get all of it already? Yeah. There we see Moon again. Ability use, Frostbite. And saving that Mountaineer last second. Dazed Lost Reaver. Ooh, Cobalt Trick. Cobalt Trick. Nice time with that nasty. It was not enough. And Carofex lost a lot of energy without getting anything out of it. So that was helpful to come back again. Probably now on his way to take a power well to at least compensate. And healing time for the Mountaineer. Okay, it is again the time for Moon and the Mountaineer to have their dance. Might be enough this time. No Frostbite. It was enough. The ability of Moon, you can use it quite fast after an hour. Quite surprising. And look at this. Again. And the first hit is always free and the second kind of kills them. Big lava field, but not killing Moon. One more. Oh, ability use. Not in time. Ooh, that was super close. The second ability of Moon can heal her and surrounding units with corpses. So, Big Freeze now focusing on the top power well there and split attacking the lower one. Big Nasty to kill the bird. Getting that unit down as soon as possible. I was expecting him to do life weaving or something. But with that, the first power at the top is down. Bottom power well gets the cobalt treatment. Needs more if he wants to push that in. Okay, looks like he's not interested pushing and taking a Nightcrawler here. Guess tier 3 maybe? Oh no, he still wants to have a fight there. Falling back with his dazed unit. No life weaving. He might lose that. There's the nasty. Scythe Beans. Nice ass counters. Defend it. In the meantime. Oh wait, what? Was that? Oh, it was a misclick. He builded the orb and instantly killed it. Probably wrong color. It is fire again in tier 3. Yeah, the big buck were the small bucks. And yeah, the switched one with way more damage there. Guess he will snipe them away with his... Oh, hello Grigori. Expensive XL unit. Instant freeze. I'm pretty sure he will get out of daze and then he will be pretty mad and deal a lot of damage. Not sure why he is going for the Bandit Lancers. They are L counters, but that is an N counter over here. Okay, ability use of that Grigori. He's now dealing way more damage. Is 100%? I couldn't read it. First match goes to Carofex. What is the next one? Urmia. Did we had Urmia on stream? I think yes. 50% more damage. Thank you, Carofex. %more damage, and it has a taunt ability. For PvP, it's not too important, but yeah, you can rack some damage up at this power well. We saw. Let me eat my last piece of chocolate. And then it is time for Carofex in the north with Shadow versus the fighter start of SK in the south on Urmia's second match of the lower bracket final.
Sunstriders, gear up. Forsaken, obey. Sunstriders.
Again, a very small map where you cannot take a greedy power well. And with a lot of these choke spots, very nice for nasty surprises and of course for eruptions. So, it is the map choice of SK. He might have changed his deck maybe to a double fire to snipe here from the top.
Move out.
Dread chargers ready.
We are
Falling back and now focusing on that Dread Charger. In the meantime, Carofex falling back. Okay, 2 of the units are not down. Ooh, so far, SK didn't lose a single squad. In the meantime, Carofex lost 3. So that was a crazy good trade. Of course, he invested in a spell. So he lost a bit of energy, but... And tier 2. Yeah, SK currently a lot of energy bound into units. He cannot take a counter power well at counter orb. Yeah. Then he starts his orb now with around 5 seconds delay. 25 seconds delay. He has now to survive 25 seconds against dancers. That's splash damage. Yeah, okay, not too much of a problem. Taking even a power well up here. He is feeling comfortable with his good trades and his units on the field. Carofex not falling behind in power wells. And now both with tier 2, but of course SK with a lot of units on tier 1 left. He wants to exchange them at some point. Maybe even with a bit of a lead. Maybe killing some tier 2 units with his tier 1s. But of course the dance, another power well. Carofex not taking the power, no, is taking the power well. Sorry, top right, he has 2 of them. So they are equal at the moment. But that is the close power well. You can do quite some shenanigans there. You say 15 units? What? That sounds like a big number. 15 meter radius. Holy crap. Alright, big Lost Reaver attack with a nasty. And with that, all tier 1 units are gone. And SK now on the defensive part with his power well down to 800 HP. And another power well, while the other one is quite low HP. Huh. He is feeling comfortable here at the base of Carofex. Cold Trigger's ready if there is the next Reaver coming. Switched unit into a suicide attack. There is a lava field. Yeah, the dancers are especially problematic since they have the 30% more damage against humans. And these are humans. Human archer. So yeah, nice nasty sniping away that all power. Well, that was annoying for SK since he could just Cobalt tricked it at some point, but was not ready when needed. Yeah, the 30%, that would be like 240 more damage. That's a crazy numbers for that ranged and splash damage. Alright, it is the next power well looking quite grim here. Keep in mind the Cobalt trick can of course save that for a moment. But we have the next 3 dancers killing the only M counter it looks like of SK. You can summon that bird. It is an M counter as well, but 3 dancers. Look at this. Yeah, shielded Drake is important, else that nasty will kill him. Ooh, that healing. No, not enough. Not in time. Next repair on the power well. We need another Cobalt trick. Oh, that was so close. Okay, that bug will die now. But with a nasty he will die. And another power well lost. Well, that is now quite hurtful here. That is quite hurtful. 70 energy out of this and 60 out of this. Falling back to his power well. We can also help with the defend. Switch Forsaken, switch Dark Elf Assassins. And not getting the dancers yet. With Frostbite. Ooh, there's the next one for the shields. Nice freeze there. Let me check the summons. 10 Storm Singers already. 16 charges the card has. So he needs to find a strategy around this without the Storm Singers soonish. And there's the next Reaver. Oh, that is nasty incoming. That is a nasty incoming. If you see that big unit turning around after he's battling a power well, you know he is not turning around for fun. Next Reaver on the march. Counter freeze. Let me have a sip here. Freeze from Carofex versus SK. Reaver should get out of the freeze in a second. Now we will see how much damage he can deal. Oh, he is going for the sorceress first. Not a fan of shields. The Nightcrawler is down as well, using the ability of the Reaver. Always smart. It's 3 units. Why not use them? Treasure Wagon. Freeze, but not in time. Ability is used. And now it's interesting, since it's a very tanky unit and it is frozen. Yeah, not enough damage from that nasty. And 2 dances still there behind that tree. Let me check the dancer from Carofex. 13. Okay, that also 16 of them for the charges. So they will run out at some point as well. At that point, Carofex needs to get tier 3. And I see already a Nightcrawler running around there. Probably not for tier 3, but for a split attack in the main base. SK sees it, but... Ooh, nasty? No nasty. Okay, that is an easy defense then. The Treasure Wagon is done with his job. And nearly dead. Oh, it is tier 3. Oh, yeah, sorry, I was thinking that was his tier 2, but now... With fire... Wonder why he's taking fire. What? Fire card? Is it just Backlash? Yeah, but is only Backlash, or is it another fire spell he is playing? I was thinking maybe Disenchant, but it's very situational. Wow, that bug 2 shots that bird. Crazy. Now we have a standoff. Look at this. The Treasure Wagon is triggered by the ability of the Grigori, and the Grigori is forced to attack the Treasure Wagon, which is outside of range. Yeah. Both will go nowhere at this point. In the meantime, we see an attack over here. And a GG is called. Great match. And with that, Carofex wins the lower bracket final. And is advancing to the finals. We are ready for the last set of matches. Carofex will play against Armatores on Lajesh. So let me open that match. If Carofex, of course, wants to have a short break, he can let me know that. By the way, update Azure launch. Was it 2-1 or 2-0? Let me be sure. Let me check the replays. We have here 1 match Urmia, we have 1 match Uru, and that one was someone else. So it was 2-0 for you, Carofex. There can only be one treasure wagon. Correct, yeah. Alright. So, the rules for the final are best of 5. So, you need 3 victories to be the winner of the Skylords Reborn Autumn Cup 2025. And since Armatores is in the upper bracket, and Carofex is coming from the lower bracket, Armatores has 1 victory advantage. So, Armatores needs 2 wins, and Carofex needs 3 of them. Will Armatores have a victory streak again? I mean, he was... Let me show that. So, as you can see, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, and now final. And Carofex, on the other hand, lost to SK here, and then 2-0 all the way up to Nautic with 1 lose against SK, who kicked him down in the first match to the lower bracket. He reclaimed his victory and is now in the final up here. So 2 exceptional players. That will be quite the awesome matches we are having approach us. Armatores is ready with a deck of a fire unit in tier 1. And Carofex is preparing his deck for the last big matches. Armatores, of course, the winner of the first 2 cups. The 3rd cup was won by Afro. So, will get Carofex on the Wall of Fame, or will Armatores be the one with 3 cup wins this year? Actually, not sure if he won also a Tomb event or something. Let me check. Let's have a look at the Wall of Fame. Yeah, he was also winning the Tomb 3. As well as the Egg Ball. Alright. Think maybe it's time for Carofex to show him he wants to be on the Wall of Fame as well. Your biggest victory. Your most pristine PvP experience. Yeah, I'm collecting ideas for the upcoming year. What kind of events in terms of PvP and PvE I should host and organize. I'm not sure if I want to do another Egg Ball or not. I think people enjoyed it, but it was less people than I was expecting. Since I mean Egg Ball is quite the simple game. A game goes 6 minutes. So yeah. Okay, everyone is ready, at least is back. Carofex said he is back. Armatores is ready. That means we can start our match. Let's go. All right. Load. In the north, we have Armatores with Fire Start. In the south, Carofex with the Shadow Start. On Lajesh, in the Skylords Reborn Autumn Cup 2025 final match, Armatores in the upper bracket with +1 in terms of wins. So he needs 2 victories and Carofex needs 3 victories for the best of 5 and to decide the winner of this cup. Both taking the power well. And Carofex bit more units, but of course summoning them dazed against the undazed squads from Armatores.
Sunstriders, gear up.
Bit of a stand-up for the moment. Carofex is falling back. Both are well aware of the tools their opponent faction has. The Eruption can do some magic, and of course the Nest Surprise as well. Nest Surprise has a bit more range, but of course you have to get in range with your unit. And of course, if your unit has some damage on it, the explosion will be less effective. We now see a tier 2 by Armatores with Nature. In the meantime, Powell was taken the bottom right corner by Carofex. Ooh, erupting to clean up the units. everything down and saving even the scavenger. Pulling him back for the healing. In the meantime, going for a push with the Sunstriders. There is attacking for Carofex. We see again the Lost Souls deck. Trampling the units. Just buying a bit of time. Armatores not summoning anything here. But pushing for that power well. Guess he's waiting to... Oh, he is playing Scourged Earth. Last second use. Rooting down the units. The problem is I don't think he has the burst damage to kill that power well. There will be Cobalt Trick. Yeah, that is Cobalt Trick. The idea was great. But sadly not enough power, not enough force in his units to get it through. And now it is in the opposite direction. Ooh, he survives. And Armatores up in the sky with a Skyfire Drake. Ooh, using Frostbite to kill the bird maybe. S counter with S counter, but of course these are dazed. So, guess, yeah, nice kill before they get out of daze. And with that is kind of defended by Armatores. Big nasty, I take it back. Look at this, 3 units down. Powerwell is nearly at the half, is even over the half mark. Oh, that was a quite nice cleanup from Carofex. Now the rest of the units are streaming in to hopefully connect here. Was here repair? No repair. Oh yeah, okay. You don't need to repair if you can just root. Very nice move here to root him near his orb, so the orb can help. Summoning the flying unit again. Ooh, not dodging. And that is not the problem. There will be no repair now. Ooh, and Power goes down. Nice, nice kick by Carofex. Let's see how much he can take with him into this grave. Can he kick down the Skyfire? Nope. Will survive. Why I wanted to do a bit of a chat message. Let me just do this in the meantime. We have in the meantime that attack from Armatores at the power well. Okay, or there goes down the Skyfire. And defend it. So far, now both with 2 power wells. Tier 2. Carofex with more units on the field. Towards getting the first rake. Problem is that can be nasty if you're not paying attention. Will he nasty? No, I think he's just feeling safe with his dancer. There's now healing on his bird. He will survive. Ooh. Interesting M counter. Sending more units in. Ooh. Dodging the freeze. That was an expensive freeze. To only hit that single unit there. And a Reaver and the L counter. Big oink. And explosion! Wow, okay. That cleaned up hard. I think it's such a funny strategy to kill your own unit to use the ability to, yeah, explode. And with more damage against L units, the buff, this time he is oinking to have the time to repair here. Yeah, Carofex is summoning anything just to have a bit of damage on that power well. Nice, nasty killing that bird. No, not same damage. That is the point. You still have your counter. So it deals more damage against L units. That's the neat part. You can use his explosion to kill a Skyfire Drake with just one boom, but not an eruption. Since a Skyfire Drake has 450 HP, and with that Slayer Eruption you can kill him in one go. It's weird? No, not really. It's just how Battleforge is calculating damage. Nice freeze. Might be enough to kill the bird in the long run. Here we have M counter with M counter, and it looks like the Brood is the better M counter. Ability use of the Wild Blood. Will it be enough to kill Moon? Nope. Moon survives. Frostbite healing. One dancer down. Second dancer. Probably with a nasty, the bird will die. Maybe with the Brood? Yeah, I think that's the plan here. Boom. Yes. Nice cleanup by Carofex. Alright, same unit mix on the left side again. We have some of the Twilight Crawlers and the Skyfire Drake. In the meantime, starting an attack from Carofex on the right side. There we have the Wild Blood, and Moon is sniping in. Using the ability, or sorry, not the ability. Nasty surprising Moon just to kill the Wild Blood. It was energy efficient, I think, since on these Wild Blood there was the mold used. Meantime, top right, that might be enough force to kill off that power well. Nasty to clean the rest. So, Carofex now with +1. Ooh, will it be enough to kill the bird? Nope, it doesn't, will not. Armatores needs to kick that power well at somehow to get back into the game. Oh no, the bird will die. Wow, what a nice timing on that. Holy crap, that was close.
Assassins ready to die.
Hurricane. Very expensive spell just to disable these assassins. In the meantime, we have a Brute attack in the bottom right. I guess just to be annoying. And the next Wild Blood. Will we see Moon again? And Mold use. Where's it going? Okay. Running around the power well just to attack the power well. And here we have Moon. Now he cannot use Mold again. But he can oink, of course. There's the Cobble trick. Freeze and missing the bird. Frozen units take less damage. So... oh, meantime, Burrow attack top right. Not Burrow, that is a Nightcrawler. Moon surviving. Ooh, that is annoying. 10 HP. Yeah. As we learned, the Brute is a better M counter. Yeah, we need a heal here at some point. There's the heal, but not for the Skyfire. He probably will die now. Yeah, close, but he dies. Another mold use. But with a frostbite on him, he is super slow. Moon just running away, using the ability now. Oink. Next Cobalt Trick incoming, I guess. Mold in the base. Sorry, Brood mold. Okay, Root to keep his unit alive. Keep in mind, Armatores is fighting here an uphill battle. He does not have that power well Carofex has. And at this point, Carofex actually has 2 of them. I missed that building of the second one. It's around 3 minutes ago. Okay. Yeah, I guess that will be the next Cobalt Trick. There you go. That's quite the hard fight here.
Assassins ready to die.
Nice Hurricane. Let me check the charges. So, Carofex is running out of charge for Nightcrawler. Dancers only have 4 charges left. Dark of Assassins have 5 charges left. So, in the long run, maybe Armatores can turn that around. We have now the Glacier Shell on that power well, so there will be no Cobalt Trick after that for a while. So this is now... Will you see a mold? Ooh, will be close. Mold? Yeah, there's mold. Oh, so close. And next glaciation. That might be now problematic. The slowdown effect with the frostbite saved that power well, actually. Someone got a promo harvester. Congratulations, unknown person. He is doing everything. Healing. Ooh, so close. Next frostbite. Okay, that's not enough. No! So close. GG is called. The first match goes to Carofex. It is 1-1 in the Autumn Cup 2025 final. What a crazy start of that final matches. Map choice to Armatores. So we go to Elion. Yeah, Carofex is up his A game. He is playing like awesome, but same for Armatores and actually for all players in the event. I didn't saw a single bad match today. And it looks like Carofex will rejoin in a second. This gives me the second to drink something. I'm now checking the played cards. And yeah, I'm not sure how long Carofex could keep up that pressure. He was running out of all essential charges at this point. Yeah, if that eruption would have worked just a millisecond or something like this, or the frostbite a tick later, so the power well would have felt. You know what I mean. Then maybe Armatores had a chance to come back there. We have quite the the PvP lobby at the moment. Twinsen, Stieglitz, Nautic, Armatores, and in a second, Carofex. And then this random Ultralord dude who is not good at PvP. All these are quite the strong PvP players. And there he is. I guess it is time to duel.
It's time to duel!
Early on, second match of the Skylords Reborn Autumn Cup final in the north. Armatores Firestart in the south. Carofex Shadow Start.
Sunstriders move out. Forsaken. Sunstriders.
Nice dodge. Will that be a nasty? No, it will. Oh, it will be a nasty. Sniping away 2 units, so it was a good trade so far. No one switched here. Nope, no one switched here. Interesting. Armatores with strikers. If you play it good, they can be super strong against squishy units like these Forsakens. The Undazed Forsakens, I think with one charge you can kind of kill them. Sorry, the Dazed Forsakens. So it's a bit of micro-intensive, and you have the problem with the trampling of the Dread Charger. So you cannot charge into a Dread Charger. Which I think is still weird. If you not can charge in front of him, yes. But if you charge in the back side of him, it should work, right? So tech time for Carofex. He is saying, no, I don't want to play tier 1. Tier 1 is bad. Let's go tier 2. And we have the same color combination as before. Carofex with a bit better position here in the middle. But besides that, it's all games here. A bit better trade in the beginning from Carofex, I think. So he has the little bit advantage. And there we have, of course, the first Dancer. Great S counter, great counter against humans. But I think in the Twilight deck, it does not matter too much. Armatores is playing the Twilight Archer, so there's one S unit. But besides that, he is playing M-sized and not human. And I guess L-sized with the Wild Blood. Alright, sniping away the bottom Dancer there. Ooh, is that a nasty incoming? Yes, and only killing one squad. So that was nicely dodged by the Drake. And there we go with the strikers sniping away the S units. Easy defense. Counterattack incoming. Alright, Carofex preparing with Dancers. And there we have Nightcrawlers for the fight against ability use with Mold for the knockback. Ooh, that looks strong. Saving the bird. Yes, saving the bird. Cobalt trick for the power well. And now you have 3 units harassing your power well, and you don't have something on the field. Nasty. Ooh, run for your life. Nice to clean up at least one of them. Assassins. Hurricane? Nope, just running away. Okay, just saving a bit of time there, and then he's probably rushing in with his unit there. Healing. No healing, losing his expensive unit. Okay. Probably out of energy there.
Assassins. Turrets.
Looks like Armatores is losing his ground presence there and now needs to fall back. Power Orb is down by half HP. But the kick of the power well was of course important. Rebuilding of course by Carofex. Did not fall behind in power. But that was some investment. How much power did he get out of there? Nearly 100. Meantime, attack is starting in the main base with, of course, the Wild Blood again. Quite the damage dealer. Freeze and dodging. That is expensive. Only disabling one unit for 80 spell. Yeah, that frostbite not only slowing down units, but also that means less damage on your power well. Now switching to a double power well damaging. But yeah, one goes down. And with that, Armatores has 2 wins and Carofex 1. Great match. We go to Haladur. Alright. Haladur. Let's go. While the loading screen is loading, that's my drinking time. Alright, in the north, Armatores, Fire Start, Shadow Start, Carofex. In the south, this is match point for Armatores. First power well taken by Carofex. Armatores taking the second one. Yes. And then it's casting units, preparing for battle. Of course, Armatores here with a bit better position with undazed units.
Sunstriders.
No decisive start there. Alright, sniping away at these... Yeah, look at that charge attack. Nearly killing them and then fully killing them. So that is kind of the way to go, I guess. Against the dazed units. Yeah, he needs to run over there. Oh, nice eruption followed by that charge to kill off the units. But they will die now against these all. Yeah. Maybe with one more charge. Oh, they survive. That was big value. Killing the full army of Carofex there and still having his 2 units alive. Nice defense. And Carofex tier 2. He went tier 2 quite fast in the last matches as well. I think he does not like the matchup against fire on tier 1 with Shadow. And close tier 2 for Armatores as well. It is nature, so same color combinations as before. Going back with his strikers for healing, I guess. And crawler dancer time. Okay, going for the units. More S counters. And an M counter. Yeah, these Twilight Archers, they might be S counters, but they deal a lot of damage against all kind of units. As long as this yellow bar is still up. Ooh, taking the power well while there are still 3 units now streaming in. That might be a bit difficult to defend. We'll see. Let's see what Carofex has in mind here. Yeah, the AWP will probably kill that dancer. And now we have a bird. Yeah, that looks kind of defended. Attacking that bird, damage on the power well. This 50-meter range splash damage is bonkers. And with that, Armatores is taking that win. And with that, also the Skylords Reborn Autumn Cup 2025 trophy. Nice job, guys. That was a great games. Let me just type in chat. Crazy, that was fast in the end, but yeah. Congratulations, let me update Jolange with a win of 3-1 for Armatores. Alright, let me show that on stream. The final bracket looks like this. Yeah. Congratulations, Armatores, for the victory here. Winning all the matches in the upper bracket. Great job. And the final standing is looking something like this. It's still also very impressive from Carofex to win all loser bracket matches. And then coming back to the top again. Great job. Thank you to everyone, of course, who joined in today's event. Don't forget, we have other events going on. Of course, we have the upcoming stream next Sunday. That is the official card creation contest stream with Radical X and Wind Hunter. We have one more day of the spooky encounters. If you don't have your promo John, that is your way to go. Next month will be the Tomb Tournament. That will be awesome as well. Be here or maybe just join. Will be fun. And the next PvE event will start next week as well. With that, thank you everyone for watching. I wish you a wonderful rest of the evening. Play some Battleforge and see you in the Forge, fellow Skylords.